A very good and pleasant morning to one and all present here. I, Sonali Irkal,
I, Farzana Havaldar,
And I, Suraj Jadhav,
are the compares for today's program. Today, we are gathered here this morning to show our appreciation and gratitude to the members of the fire department for their tireless service to society.
I now call on the NCC cadet Amisha Sarlalkar and Palash Lotlekar to escort our guests to take their seats.
Since March 2020, the entire world has been reeling under the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Every individual has been affected by the pandemic in one way or the other.
In this time of crisis, some persons go beyond the call of duty to bring relief to the affected members of the society. The members of fire department are among these.
However, it is not only during the pandemic that we have felt the impact of the services of the fire department, but be it in times of lashing rains, floods, a fallen tree, or even a distressed animal. Besides, of course, the raging fires that they rush to put out. The firefighters are always there like the knights in the shining armor, coming to our rescue.
We at Holy Cross High School, Bastora, are extremely pleased to have this opportunity to thank them for their service.
Prayer is the most important conversation of our day.
Our mornings are better when we talk to God first.
Let us now put ourselves in the hands of God as I invite the students to lead us into prayer.
Kindly maintain a prayerful attitude, for God speaks to those who take time to listen, and He listens to those who take time to pray.
A reminder, please do not clap after the prayer service.
We kindly request you to kindly take a prayerful posture. We kindly request our chairperson, Sister Alzira Fernandez, our headmistress, Sister Wendy Sequeira, our MLA, Mr. Glenn Tiklo, our Sarpanch, Mr. Ranjit Usgaonkar, ZP leader, Mrs. Manisha Naik, our firefighter, Mr. Vishnu Gavas, to come forward to light the lamp as a symbol of hope, positivity, and leadership. Today, we honor the brave men and women who devote their lives to the service of others. Take a moment and thank God for all our brave warriors of our country, especially our local firefighters, for all they do to protect our community.
Lord, we thank you for those who have answered the call of firefighters. We are grateful for their courage and fortitude. We are thankful for the hard work they dedicate for the safety of others. and the sacrifices they and the families make as they fight for our safety. Help them to trust in you when they are afraid. Give them the courage in the midst of shock, destruction, and death. Comfort their hearts as they witness what we do not see. May they be reminded that they need not be afraid or discouraged. The Lord God is with them, and He will not fail them or forsake them.
Lord, protect our corona warriors, firefighters, doctors, nurses, co-workers, police, military forces, volunteers, donors who supply free food and medicine to the people from all danger and harm and keep them away from all evil. Lord, grant them good health and happiness. We pray for their families. May they find the Lord's consolation and strength in times of sickness and loss of life of their loved ones and find their strength in you.
Times are tough, but can be made easy, having grown in faith. Singing in their melodious voices, my fellow mates will sing the hymn in His time.
God truly makes all things beautiful in His time.
We thank the students for the meaningful prayer service.
Much appreciation also for the melodious singers of Holy Cross Bastora for their beautiful rendition of the hymn in His time.
A word of appreciation for our teachers, Sir Selwyn, Miss Andrea, Sir Arnold, and Miss Virginia for training them.
We are honored to have as a chief guest for today Mr. Glenn Souza Ticlaw, MLA, Aldona constituency.
I now call on Miss Sunidhi Narvekar to formally introduce our chief guest to the gathering.
The chief guest for our program today is a well-known and household name in Goa, MLA of Aldona constituency, Mr. Glenn Ticlaw. This is his second term as an MLA. Just goes to show how much he is loved by the people of his constituency. Their trust in him only strengthens his determination to continue his service to society. He is also the chairman of GIDC, a commerce graduate from Bombay University. He is passionate about sports. He has represented Goa in football and hockey at the interstate level and was also selected to represent India as a goalkeeper in hockey. Born into a business family, politics was not his first choice as a career option. But having grown up watching his parents, Mrs. Helena Mascarenas Ticlaw and Mr. Vito Souza Ticlaw, doing social work, inspired him to follow in their footsteps. It is this memory of his parents that guides his conscience and urges him on to work for the betterment of society. Mr. Ticlaw is a humble and always willing to help, and we look forward to your continued support to our cause. Thank you, Honorable Minister Glenn Ticlaw, for gracing this occasion today. I request Chairperson Sister Alzira Fernandez to kindly hand over the token of appreciation.
It is my privilege to introduce to you Jilla Parishad representative Mrs. Manisha Naik, a determined and hard-working lady, deeply involved in bringing social and medical welfare schemes to her constituency. Samaj Seva is her mantra. On the urging of family and friends, she contested and won the post of Deputy Sarpanch of VP Bastora in 2017, and within 3 years was elected Jilla Parishad representative. Mrs. Naik is a member of the Mahila Mandal of Aldona constituency and also the Ladies Bhajan Committee. She is also an enthusiast of Natya Sangeet. Thank you, Mrs. Naik, for being with us here today. I request the Superior, Sister Abby, to kindly hand over the token of appreciation.
I am pleased to introduce to you Guest of Honor Panch Xavier Martins, a moment of pride as he is an alumnus of Holy Cross High School, Bastora. He has been Panch of Village Panchayat Bastora for 15 years and Sarpanch for 2.5 years. But his love for his alma mater drew him back here, and he is presently the President of the Ex-Students Committee of our school. Mr. Martins, we are thankful for your involvement and inputs towards our school building. You are an inspiration and role model of our ex-students, and we hope to have your continued support. Thank you for taking the time to be with us. I request PTA Vice President Mr. Xavier Montero to kindly hand over our token of appreciation.
Let us once again give a big round of applause to all the dignitaries.
In keeping with our theme of gratitude to all servicemen for their service to God through humanity, we have the young dancers who will present a dance in honor of all these frontline workers and their love for society and the nation.
ओ सेवा कर्मी तुमको नमन करे ये मन, कर्ज तुम्हारा है हम पर जब तक है ये जीवन। ओ सेवा कर्मी तुमको नमन करे ये मन, कर्ज तुम्हारा है हम पर जब तक है ये जीवन। तुमसे सलामत है ये सांसें, धड़कन धड़कन ओ सेवा कर्मी तुमको नमन करे ये मन। देवदूत बन उतरे हो तुम, रोशनी बनकर अंधकार में दीपक लाए तुम, जीवन आशा लाए तुम। ओ सेवा कर्मी तुमको नमन करे ये मन। खुद को भुलाकर फर्ज निभाकर तुमने सिखाई रीत नई, जीते सवेरा हारे अंधेरा तुमने दिखाई जीत नई। तुममें हमने देखा ईश्वर, सच्चे दर्शन लाए तुम। सोनी धरती के सीने पर वर्षा बनकर आए तुम। प्राणों में है श्वास तुम्हारी, अब तक है जिंदा सरगम। शत शत बार नमन, शत शत बार नमन, शत शत बार नमन, शत शत बार नमन।
It awakened in each one of us the appreciation for all servicemen.
We thank the dance teacher, Miss Neha, for training the students.
I now call on the NCC cadets to escort the dignitaries and guests to kindly take their seats on stage. And now I call on Miss Elaine Montero and Master Shivam Kumar Singh to formally introduce our special invitees, the firefighters, to the gathering.
Respected headmistress, chief guest, guests of honor, firefighters, invited guests, staff and students. Selfless service is the highest form of prayer, a much needed quality in humans, but not seen as often as it should be. Today, we are glad to have in our midst a few of the firefighters attached to the Mapusa fire station, men for whom selfless service, personal danger, and sacrifice are a way of life. May I introduce to you leading firefighter Mr. Vishnu Gavas. Leading firefighter Mr. Vishnu Gavas is an enthusiastic, energetic, and dedicated firefighter. He completed his firemanship course in 1998 with a first class and secured the second place in his batch. In spite of 22 years of experience, he still faces each day with the same determination and enthusiasm as he did on his first day at work. But his most noteworthy trait is his deep sense of service to society. In his own words, money is necessary, but not of primary importance. It is the personal satisfaction I get from doing good that keeps me going. Mr. Gavas was awarded a commendatory note for his exemplary performance in conducting major rescue operation in floodwaters in August 2019. Mr. Gavas, we wish you the very best for your future. Leading firefighter Mr. Shahid Khan. Leading firefighter Mr. Shahid Khan has 20 years of experience and has previously served at the Panaji, Old Goa and Verna fire stations. He is a fitness enthusiast and loves cycling and playing cricket. Since childhood, he has had a deep-rooted desire to help those in need and feels that being a firefighter gives him ample opportunity to do so. Mr. Khan, we are honored by your presence here today. Driver operator Mr. Yogesh Amonkar. Driver operator Mr. Yogesh Amonkar has just 5 years of experience but is an invaluable member of the team. During an emergency call, it is his responsibility to get the firefighting team to the disaster site by the shortest, safest and quickest route possible. No mean feat, whether it is to the harrowing traffic jam in the city areas or the narrow winding streets of the villages. Driver operator Mr. Amonkar patiently takes it in his stride. Mr. Amonkar, we pray for your safety and well-being and that of your entire team.
Firefighter Mr. Sudhir Halankar and Mr. Nitin Mayekar. Firefighters Mr. Sudhir Halankar and Mr. Nitin Mayekar have 24 years of experience between them and have previously been posted at Panjim and Ponda respectively. They are dedicated and hardworking and unmindful of the danger. Always give their best in all situations. May God bless you in all that you do. Firefighter Mr. Ashok Wolvaikar. Firefighter Mr. Ashok Wolvaikar is young and relatively new to the team with 7 years of experience, but doesn't let that get in the way of being a valuable member of his team. His driving force is his sincere desire to make others happy. He believes that smiles bring positivity, and when people are happy and hopeful, we can achieve just about anything. At the end of a job well done, the smiling faces of the people he has helped is what gives him the most satisfaction. Mr. Wolvaikar, may you continue to spread joy and optimism through your service. Firefighter Mr. Richard Trindad. Firefighter Mr. Richard Trindad lives in Kurgaon in Perne and travels to the fire station in Mapusa to attend duty. But the distance does not dampen his fervor, nor his enthusiasm to discharge his duties. Most little boys grow up with the desire to be in service with a smart uniform. But Mr. Trindad held on to that dream and made it a reality. But it was not just any uniform. He wanted one that stands for service and sacrifice, to be of assistance to any and every person he could help. And firefighting he chose. For the past 8 years he has worked with the Bicholim and Mapusa fire stations. He was awarded a commendatory note for his exemplary performance in conducting major rescue operation in floodwaters in August 2019. Mr. Trindad, we applaud your kindness and courage. Gentlemen, you are our unsung heroes, and we thank you for this opportunity to express our gratitude and admiration for all that you do. Your lofty ideals, your generous service, and your commitment to duty is an inspiration not just for students but for all of us. God bless you and your families for encouraging and supporting you.
Thank you, students.
I now invite our chief guest, Mr. Glenn Souza Ticlaw, and our headmistress, Sister Wendy Sequeira, to felicitate the firefighters for their fearless, dedicated, and silent service to society.
I call upon Mr. Vishnu Gavas. Mr. Shahid Khan. Mr. Yogesh Amonkar. Mr. Sudhir Halankar. Mr. Nitin Mayekar. Mr. Ashok Bolwaikar. Mr. Richard Trindad.
Thank you, sir and Sister Wendy.
The COVID-19 pandemic indeed compelled us to innovate and adapt ourselves to deal with challenging situations. Although difficult, almost all avenues shifted gears into the online mode.
As online became new normal, education too continued through online mode. Our teachers made remarkable efforts to ensure that the activities that were normally conducted in school were carried out in spite of us being confined to homes.
Among these were the Voice of Holy Cross contest and the Orator. We will now present the prizes to the winners of the two contests. I call on Teacher Negrita and Teacher Susan to take over.
Singing acts like a magic key to which the most tightly closed hearts open. I would like to call upon our chairperson, Sister Alzira Fernandez, to give away the certificates and trophies for the Voice of Holy Cross 2020-21. Era to hand over the certificates and trophies to the guest of honors. In the first category, pre-primary, the second runner-up is Miss Faith Sequeira. Kindly give her a big hand. The first runner-up is Miss Arohi Mapsekar. The winner for this category is Miss Elaine Dias. We now move on to the second category, primary. The second runner-up is Miss Eileen Vaz. The first runner-up is Miss Divya Hivarkar. And the winner for this category is Master Ruel Menezes. Thank you, Sister Alzira Fernandez. I now call upon Mr. Ranjit Usgaonkar to give away the certificates and trophies for the next two categories. In the third category, middle school, standard 5th to 7th, the second runners-up award has been bagged by two students, Miss Claire Sequeira. Miss Claire Sequeira. And the second one is Miss Crystal Roberts. The first runner-up is Master Hansel Fernandez. The winner for this category is Master Sherwin Fernandez. To the fourth category, high school, 8th to 9th. The second runner-up is Miss Elithia Fernandez. Certificate of Appreciation has been awarded to Ms. Shania Menezes for her participation in the intra-school Voice of Holy Cross. Please clap for her. Thank you, Mr. Ranjit Usgaonkar. Let us give a huge round of applause for all our wonderful singers. Thank you, sister.
According to an Arab proverb, a good orator makes us see with our ears. And this is exactly what the orators of Holy Cross Bastora have done. So now we will begin with the award distribution ceremony for the Orator 2020-21. I request our guest of honor, Mrs. Manisha Naik, to give away the certificates and trophies to the winners of the first 3 categories. Category 1, Class LKG and UKG. The second runner-up is Master Riyan Shettigar. Kindly give him a huge round of applause. The first runner-up is Miss Elaine Dias. Please give all our winners a huge round of applause. They truly deserve it. And the winner of this category is Master Daksh Redkar. Let us put our hands together for him. Category 2, Class 1 and 2. The second runner-up is Master Joyston Brito. The first runner-up is Master Abdullah Chaudhary. And the winner of this category is Miss Zoe Menezes. Kindly give a huge round of applause. Category 3, Class 3 and 4. The second runner-up is Master Ruel Menezes. The first runner-up is Miss Manvi Belgankar. And the winner of this category is Master Gabriel Albuquerque. Let us give him a huge round of applause. Thank you, Mrs. Manisha Naik, for doing the honors. I call upon our guest of honor, Mr. Savio Martins, to give away the certificates and trophies for the next 2 categories. Category 4, Class 5, 6 and 7. The second runner-up is Miss Claire Sequeira. The first runner-up is Miss Anjali Vaz. And And the winner of this category is Master Hansel Fernandez. Let us give him a huge round of applause. Category 5, Class 8, 9 and 10. The second runner-up is Master Yusuf Chaudhary. The first runner-up is Miss Elaine Montero. And the winner of this category is Miss Ninoshka Fernandez. Let us give her a huge round of applause. Thank you, Sister Wendy, and thank you, Mr. Savio Martins, for doing the honors. I take this opportunity to thank all the participants and their parents for their untiring efforts and endless support. Heartiest congratulations to all. Let us once again give all the winners a thunderous applause. Thank you.
Thank you, teachers. It is a great pleasure to now invite Mr. Glenn Tickler to please address the gathering.
And of course, today we all gathered here mainly to felicitate our very so-called firefighters who are leading firefighters, driver, operator, who have done a tremendous work with a lot of dedication, sincerity, honesty, commitment. I'll take their names especially because we're all here. Is Mr. Vishnu Bikaji Gawas, who's the leading firefighter. We have Shri Said Mohammad Khan, again leading firefighter. Yogesh Ramnath Amunkar, driver operator. Shri Sudhir Ashok Alankar, Nitin Shrikan Mayekar, Ashok Anand Bolwekar, and Richard Rindad, all firefighters. All of you gathered here, all the PTA members, Reverend sisters, teachers, and all my dear students, and of course not forgetting the media brothers, print media, electronic media, and all the brothers and sisters. In fact, it's an honor and pleasure to be here this morning. When sister told me, sir, can you come here? Glenn, can you come here this morning? I said, I'll just check my itinerary. And of course, I have a very, very tight schedule this morning. I have another program just ahead of me. It's at 9:45, in fact. Some martial art program. I said, I will definitely come. But how could I miss such a beautiful, well-organized program? Let me congratulate all the winners who just received the prizes for their Voice of Holy Cross, beautiful singers, orators, speakers we could always see them in the future, good orators or maybe even politicians or, dedicating to the society. Because to be a good speaker is not so easy. You have to have a lot of courage to have that stage fright. So I'm very happy, and also participants who have participated. Maybe it was all online. I think today classes only 9th and 10th who are coming physically to the schools. But all these programs which have taken place is online, sister. So that's very nice, and congratulate all of you all for winning the prizes and participating. I won't say a very long speech because I'm a man of few words. But today, we all must really appreciate what we have gone through for the last 1 year. This pandemic has been sort of like a tsunami worldwide. In fact, today you have seen many lockdowns that are taking place, and now the cases again have increased tremendously in Maharashtra and other states. But somehow Goa is still very, very lucky. In fact, our cases, as of yesterday, just about 71 cases. But in Maharashtra, when the cases were at very much low, it's back to 8,000 at least of yesterday. So imagine this second strain. And it's very, very important that we all here today, seated here, gathered here by the grace of God. We all enjoying this program. But so many of our near and dear friends have passed away, and even the young people. Of course, that is because of the neglect. But my sincere advice to one and all, to all of you, please, it's important that we maintain the SOPs, like wearing of mask. Of course, today go anywhere and everywhere. I've been going for weddings, for funerals, and so many occasions. Of course, everyone is well disciplined here. Of course, having sisters who are very, very focused. We have all of them wearing their mask. They're maintaining the distances. But if you go around everywhere, I've been wondering as to why people have forgotten, and the cases have started increasing now again with the new strain. So my dear friends, let us not take things easy. Of course, God is there, God is taking care of us. But the moment you get this sickness and somebody passes away or no more, it's a tremendous loss. Recently, I just read a couple of days, in one school in Maharashtra, almost about 60 more students got this virus, young students. It's a terrible feeling, and a lot of pressure and a lot of tension for the parents and for the schools. So let us be very, very observant. And today the firefighters, they're all here because of firefighters. They have done a tremendous job. I know this is my second term. When I won them, not even during these pandemic times, but during the rainy season, there are a lot of trees that fall, houses break, and they are immediately attending, fearlessly. Of course, they have a very good director, Ashok Menon. Under the leadership of Ashok Menon, who's a director, and of course, not forgetting Bosco Ferrão, in charge, is too very dynamic. And they always say, if you have a good school, if you have a good headmistress, good chairperson, a good parent, even at home or in a business place, a good leader, everything falls in place. Everything is on the right track. And exactly what is the fire department doing today. And let me also really, my good wishes to Mr. Ashok Menon, to Mr. Bosco, and all of them today for doing a tremendous job. And congratulations once again, and keep up the good work, because good work, dedication, sincerity, from your heart, always remembered, acknowledged, and exactly today what we're seeing here. There's a beautiful quote, firemen never die. They just burn forever in the hearts of the people they save. And exactly our hearts are burning with all you people here. And all the doctors today too, the front warriors we so-called, the doctors have done a tremendous job. Believe me, even our PHC, our Azila Hospital, our Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Pramod Sawant, our Health Minister, has been round the clock. That's the reason today we see the results, which the cases are very, very, very low in the state of Goa. Of course, we are blessed by Saint Xavier as well. And the gods have taken care of us, but that is important that we take care of ourselves. So with all this, I would like to congratulate, and really I'm very happy that Holy Cross has organized a beautiful program. Yes, we have the ex-students here like Savio, Ranjit, who are here today, are Punch members who are responsible, are leading the people of Basora. And of course, not forgetting my mother. My mother too was here, Helen. She was a student here. In fact, if I should have brought her here, she would have been very, very happy. But yes, if I told her to say a few words, she would have never ended. But she's here, and I must tell her that I was invited here by the school as a chief guest. Thank you very much. God bless for inviting me as sister. And my support is always here. Of course, I know Sister Wendy wants to do a lot of development in this school. In fact, they've given us a proposal, and we are working very hard towards it. In fact, Xavier here with me is working very hard. I will try my level best to see what I can do, because in these pandemic times, things are not easy. You go to them, you approach them, they talk about pandemic, they talk about virus. Yes, business is all low. I being a businessman in my own capacity, things are not what it was some years back. But any which way, God is great. We'll work it out some or the other and see what best we can do. Thank you very much. God bless. Thank you very much.
As we come to the close of today's program, I invite our headmistress, Sister Wendy Sequeira, to address the gathering.
My hopeful wishes to our esteemed guest and to the entire gathering here. I wish to say, God makes all things beautiful. It's not through his magic wand, but through the intervention of every human being. And this is a feeling that we have in our hall today, because we have this divine experience because of the divine hope, divine courage, divine enthusiasm, and beyond, because we have leaders, we have firefighters, we have children, our PTA, who share this with us. Thank you, dear friends, for making this moment a beautiful experience to all of us. Yes, Sir Glenn Ticklow, being your mother, the alumnus of our school, Mrs. Helen Mascarenas Ticklow, we feel very much approachable to you and humbled to have you with us today. We owe our gratitude to you for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest on this occasion of the Felicitation of the Firefighters. Thank you, sir, for being present with us. I would say Sir Glenn has been a good Samaritan to us, and we recount his generous service, and your generous service will be recounted for all the years to come, sir. The pandemic didn't stop us to approach him, and it didn't stop him to forward our school building proposal forward. Your every sincere effort is much appreciated, and we count on you. Thank you, sir. Our modern day warriors, our heroes, Mr. Vishnu Bikachi, Mr. Shahid Muhammad Khan, Mr. Yogesh Ramnath, Mr. Sadir Ashok, Mr. Nitin Shrikant, Mr. Ashok Anand, and Mr. Richard Trindad. We take this opportunity to thank you. You are firefighters. You have been the bravest among us. We are grateful to the Government of Goa Directorate of Fire and Emergency Service Mapusa Fire Station. Your presence has kindled in us hope. It's a milestone day for us, with you being with us as our hope. We owe our gratitude to your families and to your department. Thank you. Our vibrant lady, Mrs. Manisha Naik, our Jilla Parishad leader. Thank you for being present for this occasion. We aspire in you a woman full of josh for the people around. Thank you, ma'am. And our beloved Mr. Ranjit Usgaonkar, our Sarpanch, and Savio Martins, our Panch. We are overwhelmed with your presence here. Your alma mater is proud that it has offered students like you to work for the welfare of the society, to make this world a better place. We count on both of you. Our little champions out there, the champions of the Voice of Holy Cross and the Orator. Congratulations to you and to all the participants and to your parents. Your participation has been a source of inspiration to us that we can challenge our students even during pandemic. And that inspired us to move ahead. You proved that the sky is your limit. Congratulations to you. Our special word of thanks to our students, our SSC students, and all the participants who added life and music to today's program. Kindly convey our regards and our thanks to your parents. My dear staff, we are people with vision and hope. and we, at its best, make things possible unitedly and untirelessly. With Sir Tyron, our disaster nodal officer, at the head, you made things possible, and this lives on at Holy Cross High School, Baswara. My special thanks to our strong pillars, that is our PTA. You allow the wheels of Holy Cross to move on energetically. Thank you and God bless you. My students of SSC, who are the audience for the day, this moment might have surely captivated you. Something might have struck you. The life of our brave warriors, the life of our leaders, and I'm sure you aspire towards this. Keep this moment with you and let it grow and let the fire burn in you to shine bright. Last of all, as Sir Glenn said, pandemic is still around. Pandemic is still amidst us. And we are not going to let pandemic to fall us back or let the virus get us down, but we all live in hope and not in fear. God bless you. Let hope live in us. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Wendy. Before we close, it is our pleasure to now invite Mr. Vishnu Gawas to please say a few words on behalf of his colleagues.
आज आमके तुमी शाबासकी दितात. हांव कोंकणीन उलयतां. एक्चुअली आमकां शाबासकी दिवन फायदो ना, सगळ्यांकूच शाबासकी दिवपाक जाय. आमीच काम करून एक कोविड कंट्रोल जावपाक शकना. आमी सगळ्यांनी भुरग्यांनी सगळ्या लोकांनी मेळून जर कोविडाक फायट करीत जाल्यारच आमकां जातलें कंट्रोल करपाक. अजून कोविड पयस वचोंक ना, अजून आमच्या लागींच आसा. जेन्ना आमी कामाक वयताले तेन्ना आमकां घरा कडेन आमचे लोक भिताले. घरा कडेन पेरंट्स आमची भुरगीं भितालीं. डॅडी तूं येताना कोविड घेवन येतलो असो दिसता. कित्याक जेन्ना आमी कामार वयताले तेन्ना आमकां एक न्यूज मेळटालो की आमच्या कलिग्सांक कोविड जातालो. एक दीस एकट्याक जातालो, एक दीस दुसऱ्याक जातालो. आमकां अशें दिसतालें की म्हाजो टर्न केन्ना आतां. आनी आमकां सगळ्यांक कोविड येवनूय गेलो. आमी कोविडान बरे जाले कित्याक तुमचो आमकां मोग आशिल्लो म्हणून आनी देवाचो आशिर्वाद आसलो म्हणून आमी बरे जाले. पूण अशें करून चलचें ना. आमकां सेफ रावपाक जाय. आमी एकामेकाक हेल्प करपाक जाय, सॅक्रिफायस करपाक जाय. आनी तें आमच्या आंगान आसा. कित्याक आमी भायल्या देशांत पळयताले, टीव्हीर बी पळयताले केन्ना केन्ना रस्त्यार पडटाले. कोविड जावन रस्त्यार पडटालेच, कोणूच तांकां पळयनासले. आमच्या इंडियेन भारतांत तशें दिसूंक ना आमकां. वेस्टर्न कंट्रीसाक दिसतालें आमकां की जाणट्यांक सांडून लोक पळयताले. ट्रिटमेंट तांकां दिवपाचे मागीर पळयताले सांडून पळोवप. आमच्या भारतांत तशें जावंक ना कित्याक आमकां तसो कल्चर मेळोंक ना. आमकां आमच्या जाणट्यां कडल्यान कल्चर बरो मेळ्ळा. म्हणून आमी आमच्या जाणट्या वांगडा रावन तेंची आमी ट्रिटमेंट घेवपाक शकता. बिकॉज आमकां आमच्या जाणट्यांनी कल्चर बरो दिल्लो आसा. आनी आमी जर अशें सगळ्यांनी फायट करीत जाल्यार कोविड काबार जातलो, नाल्यार कोविड जावचो ना काबार. सो हांव तुमकां सगळ्यांक रिक्वेस्ट करतां की घरा वयताना सारकें कॅर घेयात. कोविडाचे इन्स्ट्रक्शन कितें आसात ते फॉलो करात. आनी म्हाजी 2 उतरां सोंपयता. थँक्यू.
A hopeful day to all of you, my friends. God makes things beautiful in His time, not through His magic wand, but through the human intervention. And so today was a day for us to recognize the modern day heroes, our brave firefighters. We recognize the work of our 7 firefighters of Mapusa Fire Service Center. It was an opportunity to thank them, their sacrificing and their dedicated life in taking care of humanity. We were highly honored to have the presence of our Honorable MLA Mr. Glenn Thicklow on this occasion as the chief guest. We appreciate his presence and his dedication to our service and all the work that he does for the welfare of the society. We have a strong support in developing our school here in Basora. We too appreciate the presence of our Jilla Parishad leader, Mrs. Manisha Naik, whose presence aspires and inspires all of us present here. We thank our ex-students, Mr. Ranjit Usgaonkar, our Sarpanch of Basora, and Savio Martins, our Panch, who have been our strong collaborators in our mission here at Basora. Today was a day to recognize the work of our brave warriors, our firefighters, especially represented by the 7 firefighters from the Mapusa Fire Service Center. We truly appreciated their presence with us, their presence which might have ignited a spirit of zeal and have maybe sown a seed to be future brave warriors, and our students were present to attend to this occasion. And I pray that our students in future move ahead to take up such roles which will give them an opportunity to serve the society. Along with this, we also had the opportunity to appreciate and applaud the work of our little champions of the Voice of Holy Cross and the orator. Altogether, we had 27 winners. This performance of our students, which was presented online, inspired the staff of Holy Cross that we can challenge our students even in the time of pandemic. They proved to us that the students of Holy Cross consider the sky as their limit. We congratulate the winners as well as all the participants. We appreciate even the parents who strongly supported and trained them for this program. Even if the pandemic is in our midst, we don't fall back, but we move on with hope and with courage. Thank you and God bless you. Stay safe.
Today we all gathered here at Basora Holy Cross High School, where a beautiful program was organized by the chairperson, Sister Alzira, along with the headmistress, Sister Wendy Sequeira, and all the reverend sisters, where they felicitated the firefighters for their commendable job during the pandemic times, in which this pandemic has come all of a sudden, which no one expected a couple of years back. And in that thing, so today all the felicitation has been happening, and I must really congratulate all the firefighters, the driver operators of the department, along with the director Ashok Menon, for leading this fire department, along with Bosco Ferro in charge. Also, there was all the prize, all the young students of the school were given prizes which were online for the singing competition Voice of Holy Cross, and also for orators. So a lot of, and all the participants had participated where online, a few of them got the prizes for being an orator, being speakers as well as. So it was a lovely program, and of course the school has been here from 1935-36. They have been doing a commendable job in the field of education, cultural, sports. I wish them all the very best, and of course among us we had our Sarpanch, who is also an alumnus, and also Savio, who is also a student of the school, with us ZP, a member here with us, Manisha Naik, and all the PTA members for this beautiful function this morning.